I am in first position, you'll notice my feet are at a 90-degree angle or perpendicular to each other. The body is erect, chin up, and the foil is down by the side as if it were in a scabbard or holster. And from here, we can come to our salute. The arm goes out, comes up and forward, up and out, back, here, and there. This is done as a 7 or 8 count salute, depending on whether or not you emphasize the last motion. From here, we also come on to the on guard position, and so you come on guard. And if you have an opponent, you adjust the height. This should be protecting you. You can come on to the guard tierce, quart, depending on what the lesson is. On guard, we'll be working in the high lines today. We have the inside and the outside high line with the straight thrust from the lunge. So we have the extension and the thrust to that line, and from the other end, this would be a cutover. This is a disengage, extension, lunge. Parallel, that foot should be forward, scoot back, touch, your foot should be touching here, here, so we come to our salute, out, up, to each other, up, judges, that way, back up, the referees in the crowd, yeah, you got it right, and then down, back to our waist. From there, we'll come on to the we'll put masks on, commands. This mask is awkward, has a different back system. So we have our mask on, and we come on to the on guard position. It's 2 parts, that's the command on guard. So on, guard, up, sink back. Make sure that you are profiled. Your arm should be slightly more than fist and a half length out. Your rear hand is up. Keep it relaxed. Some members of the tradition, owing to Aldo Nadi, keep it straight like a scorpion. It was his signature thing. This mark of the Nadi family. From here, make sure your front foot is pointed forward. That way you don't have lateral pressure in the tendons on your knees when you lunge. From there, raise the point of your sword to be about eye level with me and closing the line. So relax your arm a little bit and close out the line. That way, I cannot thrust you down. Your on guard should cover a line. That way, you don't walk into any points.
Okay.
From there, make sure your knees are bent, slightly flexed, and ready to go. So, we will be first doing the straight thrust to the inside high line. I will invite, which means I will open this line to invite for an attack. And I will be now assuming the instructor's position after showing you the on guard. It's used so that way my legs don't burn out if I do multiple lessons, and it presents an easier target for you to attack. So this is the guard of third, or your on guard position. I will open this line, and on my command of via, which means proceed, you will deliver a straight thrust. First, extend the arm, and then the leg precedes it. And with the grip, make sure that when you connect here, come forward, lunge, that afterwards you close off the line so that you don't simultaneously do that. That creates bad accidents. We don't like that. We prefer not to die when lunging. So, come on guard, sink into it. On my command, deliver a straight thrust to the inside high line. Up, and on guard, again, ensure that this foot is straight, otherwise you put your knees at risk. On my command, straight thrust. Via. And one more time. Via. And hold. Try and lower this down to shoulder height and extend the back arm when you lunge. So that helps balance you out. And it continues to profile you and opens up your chest. From here, you lose a little bit of distance in the shoulder. So, pay attention to that foot again. On my command, straight thrust. Via. and sink that hand down to shoulder height. It should just be a straight line extending from your shoulder to the target. So another straight thrust. Via! And on guard. Come to first position and relax. So that's good. Delivering the attack here. We're going to move to the other line. So from fourth, this is fourth. I will invite.
Hold.
Open it up.
Let's hold here.
And so going to attack to fourth. So there's cars going by because we practice outside nowadays. Fencing halls have changed. But from fourth, you're good here. I'm going to invite, and you're going to deliver the straight thrust. Remember, the arms go first. This extends, and the back arm extends as well. And then you lunge. That way, your weapon is proceeding.
So that should be one.
First, extension, and then lunge.
3, 4, 1, and
For the
2.
straight thrust, it's just 1, 2.
Okay.
Extension of the arms, and then the body
So
falls.
again, I should be here.
Come on guard first. Remember,
I'm here.
yes, arm extends,
Arms extend,
and then you lunge.
and then look.
Make sure, watch this knee. You don't want it to cave in either direction, because that puts side pressure on you. And if you repeatedly lunge, that puts your knees in danger. So, again, extend the arm to shoulder height, make sure the point stays in line, and then lift this foot slightly and lunge into it. And keep your knees over your toes. There you go. Nice conservative lunge. You want to hit the target solidly, but you don't need to be reaching. You just want to make solid contact and ensure that the thrust is successful. So again, from on guard, on my command, via! Hup. And here we're going to have opposition. Your lunge is here. Try and straighten out that foot when you can. But overall, doing a solid lunge. So that is from fourth. That is the straight thrust. It's the first attack in our system, and it's the primary attack because it's the simplest, takes the least time. Extension and lunge.
You're live.
Okay. We're going to now be covering disengage because our opponent will either seek engagements or be on a guard that closes off a line. We can't always deliver the straight thrust. Therefore, we go to the disengage. It is a small circular action. The tip dips under, tracing around the shell, and that is the lunge. Now,
So, go back to here. This is from here, coming around.
yes,
And
use
in.
your fingers though. So relax your fingers and wrist. It's a fine motion.
So from here,
Dip it under,
and
and then extend. And if I was advancing, you can lean or extend the arm. If I'm out of distance, you have to lunge. And so
from here.
This is
following
the
this,
guard
to
of
make
the
sure I
point.
understand this correctly. I'm
Here,
starting
the
here,
point.
small point,
yes.
here, making sure that I
Extend.
cover that your weapon and push it offline at the same time.
So to do that, you're going to turn your hand against my weapon. So from here, dip it under, and when you're turning, nails down
Nails down.
and pressure here. So when you connect, this is a traditional test. I push against it. I should not be able to thrust you in the face or in the body. Make sure when you're extending, keep that foot forward. If you're having trouble keeping this foot forward, you can narrow up the back foot to help with that. It doesn't have to be perfect. Some people have wider stances here. Some people are slightly narrower. That's to help protect your knee on the front joint. Common injury amongst fencers. So from here, I will have the guard forward. You'll disengage and thrust. Make sure arm fully extends. That way you're not cheating yourself of reach. Full extension.
so?
Yes.
So
it's
from beginning.
three motions here.
So from here, so from here, make sure I
Disengage.
understand this. Is that I'm going to be here.
Relax your arm first.
Okay.
It starts relaxed.
Okay.
Dip this
Dip down
underneath. You're
underneath.
tracing a circle around
Trace
it.
the circle. Okay.
And then extension.
Extension and spread at the same time, locking it out.
And then
And
watch
then
that
fix
knee.
my knee.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is good here. It's nice and level. That backhand should be facing up. That way, it's an opening up. You don't want this to the side because, yeah,
Okay. All right. So,
So-
that's the first
that's the disengagement.
disengagement. Okay.
That's just the action.
Hold.
Just the disengagement.
Hold.
So here, I'll be working, closing the other line, so my student here can work the disengage. So if I have this line closed, it's going to be a disengagement in the opposite direction. Again, tracing around a fine motion and coming in for the thrust here. Make now your nails turn up to provide that opposition, and your rear hand is facing toward the sky. Watch that lead foot. You want to make sure it's straight. Again, protect your knees, sink into it a little bit, and then extend here. So
So from here, so
This is the
I'm
one.
on this line, right?
yeah.
So I'm here. You've given me opposition,
So
and
I have a
need to
guard
go
here. You keep
around
tracing it
here,
and delivering the
and
thrust.
delivering the thrust.
Lift
Fix
up
my knee. Throw my
There's the
hands up.
lunge.
Okay.
and provide that opposition. That way you're not being whacked in the head. That's and
Good.
line up
And it
this
should
point
be here.
right
Okay.
about the heart.
Let's try that again.
So
So I'm here.
trace that small
Okay,
circle around the
Trace
heart.
the small circle.
Finer.
Here.
Extension.
Extension
And then leg.
and thrust.
And pushing.
Push offside.
That way.
Hand up to the sky. Nails up to the sky.
There you go.
Am I correct?
Yes. Hold that position. Lower this hand a little bit. You're cheating yourself with some distance here. And now recover. So from there, pull back. Back to the on guard. That way I don't come back to it.
Okay. Okay.
So the next simple attack we will be covering is the attack by glide. So if we have engagements here, or if there's a guard and it's done, there are two ways to attack. We covered the disengagement because the straight thrust isn't an option. The other option is the glide. It is a sliding motion, putting your strong against the weak, and pressuring so you deviate their defense off of the line and attack with the lunge.
So if I understand that correctly,
So if I am here and I don't have my strong on your weak, here you would not attack by glide because you'd run into a point
right.
using leverage. So if you are here, the strong of your foil or sword is placed against my weak, pressuring it, and extension. First the arm extends to pressure that, and then the lunge follows.
So repeating back about the strong and the weak.
So
So my
your strong is on my weak
Here.
to displace it. You don't need to step into this. It's a subtle motion
Here.
because if I notice this, I can attack by disengagement.
so it should be here.
So, and make sure that point is toward me. If it's up here,
It's not-
you're exposed. I can batter things off of line.
Okay. So it should be here like so.
Yes.
So you have to
around the
answer
guard.
the point.
Correct this point. Yep. Relax your shoulder. So it starts here, and you should hear this grating sound as you come forward. So it extends and provides opposition, nails down, closing out the line and delivering the straight thrust. Watch that foot again, and the backhand extends on the lunge. So it is an attack. It can be delivered either offensively as pressure against my blade if you notice that my guard is weak, hanging around here, or as a countermeasure if I start to engage but don't engage correctly. Say I'm a novice fencer, I come and pressure here. You notice you have the leverage, you press, turn those nails out to provide that, make sure that backhand extends out, and foot there. There you go. And recover back to your guard. So that is the attack by glide. It can be delivered in the other line as well, so we'll practice that.
Okay, hold.
So we'll now be covering the simple parries as a defense to the simple attacks. There are two types of simple parries. There are beating parries, where you use force, to deviate your opponent's blade off of line. There's also opposition parries, which provide pressure against it, pushing the blade off of line as the attack comes in. And so I will be advancing, you will be on guard, let your legs flex a little, sink down into it, lowers your center of gravity and makes it easier to move things. From here, we're going to be in third, so relax your nails down, turn out, keep this pointed at me here. But, yep, that's good there. Bring that up, out of the way. And so I will be advancing, and you'll first provide opposition. Simply put, it's a turn of the elbow, light turn. You don't want to go too wide, because if you do that and the opponent disengages, you're left and not able to recover. So I'm going to be advancing here. You're going to provide that opposition. And then we will cover the riposte. It'll be to the body, because the target in foil is the chest. So from here, you notice I'm advancing, provide the opposition, and you're returning with a riposte by glide. You can also, once you notice my steel is offline, come off from that and deliver the attack here.
Okay.
Both of those.
So again, from here,
So I'm advancing.
like that.
No.
Is this the push?
You just want enough pressure so that my blade is forced off of line. Think of it like a rail. So
Okay, try it again.
you'll notice, relax, let that shoulder. Now sink your elbow outward, so come out slightly, and that will push my point offline, and you can now respond with an attack by glide. Finishing out, that closes the line, I'm quite dead. There's not much I can do. So now, the next defense is the parry of opposition fourth, then we'll cover beating parries. So we will come on guard, on my command. First position again, on guard. So there's knees, straight left foot up. Make sure you have a nice flex. It allows you to move easily. You're not about to tip over. Keep your weight balanced, distributed, and raise that back arm up to open up the shoulders. There you go. So from fourth, your hand is coming to the inside, the nails are up toward the sky. This is the guard of fourth, or the parry of fourth, and on my advance, you'll apply pressure to keep me from attacking. So
Would you glide on that as you come in?
you can glide on it, or you can attack by disengagement. Depends on how fast this is. If I'm delivering a fast lunge, it's likely that you can just extend on a glide. I impale myself and look stupid. And you have good engagement here to prevent you. So the attack by glide is a common repose, but you can also parry in opposition here. You notice the pressure, and then simply extend. This can
So
be
when you say
fast.
parry, just give it a little push then.
It's just a light pressure to make sure my point is traveling offline.
So again, you're going to try. You're going to stick at me.
So I'm advancing here,
You're going to give a little push.
there, and then you can just detach once you know my blade is away.
Okay.
So I will be advancing. You'll take the guard of fourth to push blade offline, and return with the attack by glide to terminate this. So I'm advancing. Notice that, and keep this arm down. There. Watch that. There you go. And I'll back, and you recover. Come on guard again. You feel the attack coming in, so you provide that opposition. Keep that arm nice and level with the shoulder. Watch the knee. Straighten that out. There you go. So that's fourth. Now, we've seen these parries in opposition. Now beating parries. They're a light action. So the next part of our lesson will now be beating parries. It's one of the two simple parries, and it's a light action with the strong of your foil against the incoming blade to deviate it off the line of attack and put you in a position of safety so you can riposte. And so, come in, start on guard, so up, and then sink into it. Watch that front foot. I will advance, and you will deliver a beating parry in either line I come into. It's strong, it's a light beat, just enough to get it offline, but not so much that your arm is out of the way, because then it is harder to return with the attack. So I am advancing, tap out of the way with the strong here, so there, a little bit harder. It's a motion with the elbow. So if you extend your point really quick for me to demonstrate, it's here. That way I can come back. It's just moving the point, so it goes.
Okay, we'll do this one.
So I'm advancing here. And so, depending on if I've lunged or on this lesson, because it's your first time, it's a light beat. So, and then extend and deliver the straight thrust. Full extension.
Okay, let's do it again, all pieces.
So again, advance. So beat first. Defense.
So
Beat. Extension.
extend.
On the line.
On the line.
There you go.
So again.
So again, I'm coming in. There. Nice. Now from the other side. It's again the same principle here.
There and
Beat.
there. Right?
Deliver.
Oh, it's the other side.
Yes.
Okay.
The other line.
Okay, so
That way you can maintain that closure.
so from here
Beat.
and in.
There. Watch that leg.
Okay?
So again. There. Watch the hand and the leg.
Okay.
So take it slowly, advancing, beat, extend, turn this, there, good, hand up, 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 not back, up, palm up, yeah, there, you have closure, and recover. So we'll do that again, coming from this way, there, lower it, nice and easy there, this keeps, and straighten that out. And swallow the bar, be a little easier. There you go. Again, time, coming in, keep this level. Otherwise, if you raise it up again, you'll notice that this, unless I keep going forward, isn't making a connection. If it's straightened out, you already have this flexible. So one more time. Remember, shoulder height, not higher. When you come out with that, nice. You don't want to raise your shoulder up. So coming in, beating carry, and there you go. And recover. Good. So you've delivered the straight attack, and you've done the attack by disengagement. You now know the defense to this, and so logically you need a way to defeat the defense, otherwise it becomes a game of who messes up first going back and forth. That seems like an awfully poor way to try and fight with a sword. So we're going to cover a simple feint now. So this is known as the feint direct, because it's a direct thrust at the target, but delivers a feint. And so, come in, assume the on guard position. So that arm up, right, up there. Look, relax that a little bit and straighten out that foot. There you go. You're nice and profiled, small target. And so, on my command, you're going to extend, but you're not going to lunge, because that's going to draw out my parry. To defeat this with a feint, you're then going to disengage, like earlier, and then lunge to finish
Okay.
it.
So you're saying that we start out here.
Yes, we're doing this from immobility, so we don't have to worry about the footwork yet.
Okay, so I'm here.
You're on guard.
I'm in
Nice
guard.
flex.
I'm with you.
You're going to deliver the straight thrust
Thanks.
by just
Just
the arm.
just the
Just
arm.
the first motion of that straight
Okay,
thrust.
so-
Extend the arm.
Okay.
Here, I'm going, blade is pointed at me. I don't want to die. I come here.
And around.
Small motion.
Smaller motion.
With the fingers primarily and the wrist. It's a relaxation and a movement around.
Okay.
So-
more here.
Yes. So, on guard, that point is closing off a line, so I am not able to attack. Extend the arm. I perceive the threat. I go, I do not wish to die today. Here, yes. And then the lunge. And recover. So I do that again slowly in the same position. Threaten with play. Straight feint. Feint direct. I come to parry. Circle around and lunge. and recover. Now on my command, you'll deliver the feint and then the disengage when you notice that I have the parry.
Okay.
So, via extension first. Otherwise, I will just parry that offline.
Okay.
So from here, I'm on guard or inviting. Threaten with the thrust. Via! Now, circle around. Fine motion. That way, it doesn't become too wide.
Okay.
So again, threaten with the parry. Via! Now disengage. And there you go. Watch that. One more time. Ready? For this side. Via! Here. And that right in here. You don't want the middle of the chest. There you go. Good. We'll do that one more time. Get the form down, and so threaten with a straight thrust. You can also deliver a stomp with the foot. That was done traditionally. It works better with nice wooden floors and hard leather shoes. In tennis shoes and concrete,
Yeah.
it's a lot of work and
Doesn't give much of a sense.
doesn't give you much of an auditory cue. But the important part is threatening them with the big pointy bit of the sword. I come to parry, and you disengage, and deliver the attack to the very open line. We're going to try that on the other side. Now we'll be delivering the feint direct and the disengage around that from the guard third. So you're on guard here, closing the outside line, nails down, relaxing it. So this is closing the line. Feint, I'll be inviting. So you feint direct, which is it's not the straight thrust, but it should be convincing. And if I don't take action, you should impale me. Your feint should be a real threat presented in a credible manner. Otherwise, I have no reason to defend. If I have a closed line and you extend it, I should just deviate the point. So, present that there. Be straight. There you go, the extension. You notice I come to parry with the wrist and the fingers.
So
Small motion. Tracing it, and then delivering that thrust to
here.
the inside.
No, to the inside here. Okay.
So, the other line.
Okay.
So you notice feint direct, via, and then here. There. Watch that knee. Straightening it out. So again, the feint direct, extend. I come to parry, tracing it around. There. In good form on the backhand there. Nice job. Recover. We'll do that one more time. So you notice feint direct. I come. So I'll be in a different guard. It'll be the same motion. It'll just be a different invitation. So this would be known as an invitation. You extend. I come to parry. Good. Again, one more time. I'm going to be here. You can still do this. Extend. I have become tricky with circular parry, but you've defeated me. So this works against simple parries and circular parries. So again, one more time, feint direct. Come here. Good. Watch that leg. So first position, relax. Good. Now let's close it. So now we will conclude the lesson by delivering 3 straight thrusts on my command. Assume the on guard position, profiling, watch that foot, arm up, nice, relaxed, put up. So you have that, let that be relaxed so you can get that extension. From here, you're going to deliver this first one, nails down, third, extension, and then lunge on my command.
Is that? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So from there, via. Good. Relax that. Watch that. Turn it. Turn it. Good. And recover on guard. Again, sink a little bit. This time from fourth. So nails up toward the sky. And there. So to this target here, you're going to deliver the straight thrust on my command. Via. And lower that a little bit. Relax it. Turn that forward. Extend that arm. Arm should be extended. You have good opposition. I'm not lagging that. Good. Recover one more time from that position. Straight thrust on my commands. So, from fourth, nails up. There. Arm up. Ready? Foot there. Relax, relax, relax. Good. On my command, deliver the straight thrust. Via! Good. Make sure to extend that. Foot balance. Match that. There you go. Now recover. We'll go through the salute. First position now. Sit here. Come to first. Feet are the 90 degrees. Go up either side. And salute on my counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and down. Good. Now masks off. And traditionally, they shake with the ungloved hand on the left because so here you come across, and that concludes the lesson.